1v1 on Kholodny Ferma. We've got CaptainSPrice playing as Ostherr in the East Base versus BananaInPajamas playing as Soviets in the West Base.
Fresh conscripts have arrived. We have it.
We've got double conscript opening and double grenadier opening from both of these players, going with 2 core infantry squads, and we have
Conscripts at our disposal.
combat engineers making their way towards the munitions here in the opening, while conscripts are making their way to back cap towards the fuel. Grenadiers making their way towards the strategic point by the fuel there, and we have barbed wire going down around the cutoff. Interesting.
Engineers ready for assignment.
No tech structure from BananaInPajamas yet, but he has gotten himself an extra combat engineer, presumably for the capping power / flamethrower. And these pioneers are going to continue constructing barbed wire rather than making their way to capture another point. So he really, I guess he really wants to prevent his cutoff from getting harassed. I'm not sure it's going to work though. They can still walk in right here. Grenadiers taking the strategic point in the north.
You need engineers.
And they're really barbed wiring that cutoff.
This is our sector.
They are really gonna barbed wire that.
Shit, we're being shot at.
I hate the Beatles. Grenadiers are engaging these combat engineers at range, but with conscript support it doesn't really look like they're going to be able to do much over here. Second grenadier squad is arriving, but as these conscripts get into close range, it's not looking too good. Conscripts also have superior green cover and will probably win this engagement. Combat engineers eventually are forced to retreat,
Engineer squad. Man down!
and that combat engineer squad is forced to retreat away from those grenadiers.
We have more conscripts at our disposal.
Grenadiers grabbing the
Shoot back, comrades!
victory point in the south, conscripts grabbing victory point in the center and defending. This conscript squad will continue to defend the munitions rather than advancing, and this squad will move to harass the north. We do have tier 2 getting constructed here in the base as far as CaptainSPrice. He does have the fuel for battle phase 1, but he has not purchased it yet.
Infantry shooting at us! Fire!
And he's gone with 4 grenadiers and an extra pioneer, so no team weapons from him either. Grenadiers taking up a position in cover up here at this medium range. I don't know, it's going to be close. Looks like grenadiers are pulling ahead though. Maybe. I don't know, that's going to be a close one. There are conscripts moving up to support, and the grenadiers will get forced away. Meanwhile here, grenadiers making their way into some cover. More conscripts engaging conscripts at range. This one will definitely favor the grenadiers, although conscripts have the numerical advantage, and a flamethrower has been produced here on this Pio squad, and we have another pioneer squad being produced as well. Pioneers are making their way forward to fire on these conscripts. They will be forced away. Grenadiers harassing some territory there. Pioneers hiding behind this hedge. Grenadiers engaging many different squads, and a Maxim machine gun is in production. Flamethrower gets a nice burst off on those conscripts, and they are forced to retreat.
enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Lots of back and forth between grenadiers and conscripts this game. That flamethrower is proving to be quite a menace, though, forcing 2 squads to retreat before retreating itself. Nearly wiping that conscript squad with its grenadier support. Surprisingly, it only has 3 kills, so I guess it's just doing damage but not really getting any killing blows. Those grenadiers left their cover position and taking heavy damage from the combat engineers and conscripts here. Though. But it looks like it doesn't matter. Those conscripts fell too low from the supporting grenadier fire and are forced to retreat.
Enemy is taking our territory.
These grenadiers are forced to retreat. Flamethrower battle happening here with lots of grenadier support, though. Ooh, that flamethrower squad falls dangerously low. I don't know if they're gonna get away. That burst was really painful. Conscripts kind of messed that up, though. They didn't chase. I think he could have wiped that if he had chased that, but he was too focused on trying to win the engagement, and he will move a Maxim into range to fire on these grenadiers, and everything is now going to be forced to retreat. But in the base, we do have a medical bunker constructed. Still no battle phase 1. We should be able to heal all of that up. 4th squad of pioneers being produced. What is he getting all of these pioneers for? Oh, he cancelled it. Okay. He cancelled it and purchased battle phase 1. Still, I still think 3 is like kind of excessive, but I guess he's planning on just utilizing a lot of flamethrowers this game. They're good on this map, that's for sure. A lot of engagements happen at flamethrower range. Demo charge going down on the center victory point from BananaInPajamas, and grenadiers are engaging conscripts at range, but the conscripts are definitely pulling ahead. Grenadiers are in this yellow cover instead of in this green cover. He needs to reposition them a little bit to allow them to finish capturing the sector. And it looks like this barbed wire paid off. Those conscripts wanted to grab the cutoff, but they couldn't get into the capture circle. So there you go. It worked. Flamethrowers are engaging these conscripts and will force a retreat. Conscripts here in the south are going to move way far south to harass the strategic point down there. These combat engineers look like they will successfully decapture the munitions point before being forced to retreat by those grenadiers. And in the north, combat engineers are engaging some regular pioneers, and he is in fact purchasing a 4th pioneer squad. This pioneer squad will be forced to retreat away from the center. It's going to be important that a pioneer squad purchase a minesweeper rather than a flamethrower at some point, or those demo charges are going to be a pretty serious problem. Ooh, nice burst there. This is going to be a weird engagement. Could come down to lucky crits. Combat engineers fall too low to risk it, and he will retreat. That's a scary looking demo charge, but fortunately CaptainSPrice is not really blobbing still. I don't know if he can see this in the fog of war. No, he cannot. He does not see that. Ooh, I think that squad just got wiped. By pioneers. And an LMG grenadier squad. BananaInPajamas is losing a lot of map control here. Uh-oh. Oh no! Oh, there it goes. Conscripts hop in the house to provide vision, and a full squad of grenadiers does go down. So they have now traded 1 grenadier squad for 1 conscript squad, keeping things pretty even. But shock troops are going to be hitting the field soon, and that's going to make things pretty difficult. Although with 4 flamethrowers and 3 LMG grens, which is quite a lot of munitions that CaptainSPrice has managed to spend on upgrades. That's like a ton. That's hundreds of munitions he has spent on upgrades. Maybe he utilized this? If he did, I missed it. I'm not sure. He has spent a lot of munitions on upgrades, and he is putting it to use, bursting a lot of these enemies down with flamethrowers. Almost losing that one, but getting it away just barely in time. What was that noise?
We are losing
Grenade?
a sector.
Okay, there's a smoke grenade right here, but you can't see it because I like missed it. It's like it didn't show up. That's why they weren't firing. They threw a smoke grenade. There was like a graphical bug where you couldn't see the smoke, but that's what that was. And Pioneers are taking control of the center victory point. Munitions falling to these Grenadiers, Maxim, and conscripts grabbing this stuff here in the north. CaptainSPrice has a very strong map control position. Rifle grenade catches one of those shock troops. LMG brings down 2 more on approach. This could be a close engagement, but conscripts arrive to support, and those Grenadiers are in danger. Oh no! Oh no! He shouldn't have stuck around so long. I think he might get away. Barely. Barely gets away. That is a lucky Grenadier. That was close. Maxim machine gun engaging some Grenadiers here. And they will get pinned and unable to capture munitions point. Conscripts will continue to harass through the north. Soviet quite badly needs to get some map back under his control. 5 flamethrower squads. That is ridiculous. There is a very scary looking blob making its way through the south now. Tellermine going down. Those conscripts aren't going to stand a chance. And they will retreat. These conscripts oorahing up to safety. A Maxim is being fielded down there to deal with this. Tellermine went down here as well and redistribute resources. I did catch it getting used this time. I don't know if that's the first time he used it or if he's used it other times, but he is spending a lot of munitions this game, and of course that is going to hurt his ability to detect, but he has gone tier 2. Spending the rest of the fuel to give himself munitions for Tellermines. 5 flamethrowers, 3 LMGs. Massive amounts of munitions expenditures here. Second Tellermine goes down. Third Tellermine going down extremely close to it. His opponent is going to need to get a minesweeper to deal with all of these. He has seen shock troops, so he knows there's probably going to be some kind of call-in tanks. It's usually shock rifle, but it could be shock motor. It could be counterattack. There's really no way to know for sure. So either way, there's going to be some kind of heavy tank on the way. So it's just covering the field in Tellermines. Look at this. They're everywhere. LMGs firing on those conscripts, and a T-70 is getting produced. That is probably, what is that, a one-shot by Tellermines? I'm not sure. I guess we're probably going to find out, because I find the odds of it not hitting any Tellermines pretty low. That conscript squad falling dangerously low. They will manage to round the corner and retreat. There's a demo charge here. There's, oh, gets wiped by the flamethrowers. Very nice. Flamethrowers engaging across the hedge, force retreat there. Meanwhile, the LMG Grenadiers are not in cover, but they're about to be. Oh, they didn't quite fully place themselves in cover. I'm not sure if his opponent has seen any of those Tellermines get planted. It looks like probably not, because he's going to go fully hardcore, and there it goes. I don't think that even hit. No, it didn't. So Tellermines will one-shot T-70s. So T-70 probably not the right call in that situation, and there are plenty more Tellermines where that came from. They are absolutely all over the place. Hopefully, we're going to see a minesweeper. Both of his existing combat engineers already have flamethrowers, though, so he would have to purchase another combat engineer if he wanted a minesweeper, and he does. He needs a minesweeper because that is a ridiculous amount of mines. Grenadiers take the munitions unpunished. The demo charge still in cover. He hasn't quite managed to force those Grenadiers to seek cover. But it looks like those shock troops may be able to herd them into that demo. Oh, there was this opportunity, but they were in the fog of war.
Half-track has arrived.
Half-track has been produced by CaptainSPrice. He certainly loves himself a good half-track. He's going to make his way towards the center with it. And we also have a minesweeper. Good call. I don't know if there are any Soviet mines anywhere, but he has lost a full squad of demo charges, so he definitely needs to be aware of that. And if he blobs too hard into this green cover, that's going to be a problem in the very near future. Shock troops engaging here. They take a massive burst of damage from flamethrowers, though. It could go down if he doesn't react. There they go. And they will retreat, but two flamethrower squads are making their way towards the demo charge there. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, there it is. Two flamethrower squads wiped. One of the flamethrowers dropped on the ground. Meanwhile, an engagement is happening in the center. And a Maxim in the building is getting forced out by massed flamethrowers and LMGs. A half-track is available for reinforcements. Rifle grenade goes into the building, bringing it to about half. Flamethrowers continue to lay fire on the defending conscripts. They're falling rather low. He could lose that squad. Full squad of grenadiers goes down to conscripts in close range. Flamethrower squad could be soon to follow. He just can't reinforce quickly enough to deal with this. Oh no. Oh no. I can't tell if this squad is going to go down or not. It's so low. Oh, and the flamethrower bursts and the full squad will go down. He's satisfied with the losses he's inflicted and makes a full retreat. High explosive barrage going off on that. Grenadier squad forces them to retreat as well, and CaptainSPrice takes heavy losses on this charge, but he's trying to get revenge with his his half-track here. Trying to wipe this flamethrower squad and bringing in an anti-infantry strafe on the base, which just pins everything. It doesn't really damage anything, and I don't think anything is going to get destroyed there. And the half-track will make a quick retreat. And that was a bloody engagement for both sides, I think. Four pioneers, two grenadiers left, making some more pioneers now. Meanwhile, two conscripts, shock troops, two combat engineers, two maxims. So both of them still have a pretty healthy army, despite a few wipes on both sides. And all in all, I'd say CaptainSPrice suffered more losses, but has more map control at the end of it, so... Oh! Lucky flame crit right there! Just nailed CaptainSPrice's flamethrower on retreat. Smoke grenade going down. Shock troops will close the distance and take this territory. Grenadiers will be forced to retreat. No demo charges left on the field that I'm aware of. He probably wanted to throw one down there, but he couldn't get there in time. He is forced to make a retreat by these flamethrowers, and grenadiers will follow up behind to grab the munitions, but the south is going to get retaken by the Soviets if they can remember to stand in the capture circle. High explosive barrage going off does not... What? What was he thinking there? You can't shoot through this, can you? Yes, you can. Okay. So that's a fun fact about this map. You can do a high explosive barrage through this thing. I don't think you can fire an AT gun's regular shells through there, but the high explosive barrage does work. Maxim goes down. Second Maxim. What is that? A Stuka bomb strike on this Maxim? Really? He hears it coming. He's trying to retreat, but not in time. He spent 160 munitions just to kill that Maxim. Guess he did not like that Maxim. Flamethrowers are going to take what territory remains up here. And there are some various infantry attempting to contest the bottom. And those two squads are falling too low and will be forced to retreat. That squad will be able to take the point before retreating, although they fall dangerously low. Oh, and that one goes down. He's struggling to keep track of all of his pioneers in various locations of the map. They die so quickly, and when you're trying to manage 3 different locations at the same time, losing full squads is a very, very real possibility. So he's making more.
We have taken it. The sector is at risk.
Pack and half-track and infantry all making their way out of the base. The Soviet has managed to retake a little bit of territory, but again, he's got to keep in mind the IS-2 is on its way. BananaInPajamas is now only about 1 minute away. Roughly. Yeah, one. If he doesn't spend anything else, he's about 1 minute away from having this IS-2. But we need to see more combat engineers to deal with all these teller mines. He probably doesn't realize that there are. I don't even know if I can count how many teller mines there are down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 that I can find. I count 8 teller mines in the south. He's hit 1. I'm surprised he didn't purchase a minesweeper immediately thereafter. He's got to suspect something. Nice flank by those shock troops. That could be a good squad wipe right there. Come on, you got it. Oh, oh, almost. I really wanted to see that well-executed flank rewarded, but unfortunately it just didn't happen. He's gonna try again here. Grenade going out. I'm not sure he's gonna react in time. He does. Nice dodge. Could come down to flame crits. Nope, they will retreat, and they just took the. The shock troops were blocking this path, so the pioneers were forced to take a safer path. So he actually should have stood a little farther back to force them to retreat through him. Meanwhile, in the south, combat engineers are grabbing the munitions point, and conscripts are taking the fuel. More conscripts grabbing that strategic point in the south. Demo charge going down on the victory point. And remember that CaptainSPrice has lost his minesweeper, so the demo charge will not get detected unless he purchases a new one. Wow, look at these flame crits. 3 in a row. Forcing that grenadier squad to retreat. There is a lot of fire in this this match. I've never seen so many flamethrowers in one game. 5, including like however many got killed. One was dropped up here. I almost wonder if one of these combat engineer squads has a stolen flamethrower. I can't tell if that's the Soviet flamethrower model or the. I'm pretty sure that's the Soviet flamethrower. So I guess CaptainSPrice recovered his own flamethrower. Oh no, this squad has 2 flamethrowers. Wait, no, this squad has 3 flamethrowers? Oh no, that's 2 different squads. Okay, this squad has 1 flamethrower, this squad has 2 flamethrowers. That explains it. Which would probably explain why they're Vet 2 and have 11 kills. So he recovered his flamethrower on a squad that he also upgraded with a flamethrower, making them into a super flamethrower squad. But the IS-2 is here, and this could go very badly. Oh geez. He should pull that IS-2 away and try and bait them over the demo charge. He's gonna scare them off. Oh well. I guess he would rather just try and kill them all. No lucky hits yet though, and he's obviously trying to bait that IS-2 over a teller mine. But he decides that it's not going to happen and pulls away. Meanwhile, we have had a minesweeper get purchased here, and an engagement in the north looks like some shock troops got scared away. IS-2 is being very careful. Good move, being careful with the IS-2. So I think that he has a general sense that there's probably some teller mines on the field. He doesn't want to make any dumb mistakes that are going to cost him his tank. So he's just kind of pulling back and playing it safe for now. And he's purchasing another T-70.
are attempting to capture our territory.
I really hope he doesn't go full ham with his T-70 again and just lose it. Fortunately, the north is not defended by teller mines, and it looks like that's going to be the T-70's first target based on troop movements. So IS-2 is charging it in reverse. Has yet to hit anything. Faust bounces and does nothing. Faust on the rear armor does connect, but there's not really any point to this. Oh, the pack actually has moved up to follow up, but again, it's a little overextended. He's going to have to be careful, but we do have an anti-tank strafe coming in on the IS-2. And with close air support, you do have to manually aim the anti-tank strafe. Unfortunately, it was a little bit off target there, and the IS-2 gets clear. Meanwhile, the pack is getting flamethrowered to death, and we still have no minesweeper from the Soviet player, and I am really scared that this T-70 is just going to smash right into another teller mine. Meanwhile, the south is going to get harassed by a giant flamethrower blob. Oh, jeez. Alright, they're spreading out. Nothing catastrophic is going to happen here. Good. Good. T-70 catches a flamethrower squad up here. T-70 is an excellent counter to flamethrower spam, by the way. It's probably the best unit in the game I can think of to counter flamethrower spam. As long as you don't hit a teller mine. Here in the south, shock troops trying to set up a flank of some kind. Just gonna get into close range against that flamethrower, though. This shock troop squad not having much luck and will be forced to retreat. That flamethrower just exploded. These are Vet 3 shock troops now. Grenade going out. He will close the gap. Oh no! Second squad could go down. There it is. Another flamethrower bursts. 2 flamethrowers wiped out by 1 shock troop squad, and a T-70 has shown up to try and punish him, but there are teller mines in the retreat path. Do not chase. He does not chase. Very wise decision. Playing it safe. Good for him. The IS-2 has been fully repaired here in the north. The conscripts are grabbing the victory point there. More conscripts grabbing the strategic point here in the northeast. But they are forced away by LMG grenadiers. And I think the Soviets going to start pulling ahead here with his heavy Colin tanks. CaptainSPrice doesn't really have anything that can do anything against these except hope that they get immobilized on a teller mine and then bomb strike them. Which is a very real possibility if his opponent doesn't get a minesweeper at some point. I'm also so surprised that he hasn't continued. Oh, that was a nasty IS-2 shot. This could be 2 full Gren squads going down to the T-70 on the chase. There are no teller mines in this retreat path. Oh no. Oh no. 1 grenadier squad down. There is a pack available though. Pack gets a shot off. He wants to wipe the squad and he is successful. Fortunately, CaptainSPrice will be able to recover the LMG, but munitions really are not a concern for CaptainSPrice. He could easily repurchase LMGs. He just didn't want to lose that vetted grenadier squad. Manpower is what he needs to worry about. Does not need any squad wipes. Although that demo charge did just get wasted in the bottom. Nice minesweep. Nice minesweeper usage, taking out that demo charge. Demo charge going down in the north. IS-2 is now going to circle around towards the center. CaptainSPrice has taken heavy losses. He's down to only 2 flamethrowers left. He does have a stolen Maxim though. And he's purchased 2 packs to try and deal with this IS-2. Fielding a fresh grenadier squad with an LMG. And he has recovered the dropped LMG on something. Maxim will suppress the shock troops. Second squad of shock troops moving down to set up a flank though. We've also got conscripts grabbing the munitions down here. Anti-infantry strafe will pin down those shock troops while the pioneers move up to keep them pinned. The Maxim is going to try and reposition through the smoke to also lay down some more suppressing fire. But the IS-2 has shown up and everything is going to get forced to retreat. CaptainSPrice is up to 180 fuel and he just made a fuel expenditure. He is taking to Battle Phase 2. After that, I suspect Battle Phase 3 and maybe we'll see some Panthers hitting the field. But again, he's going to have to is going to have to battle this IS-2 for several minutes before a Panther arrives. And he has only packs and teller mines with which to do so. Field gun caught in a pretty unfortunate position, though, is getting forced away. These squads also having trouble. Grenade goes, oh! Devastating rifle grenade gets 2 squad wipes, a conscript and a combat engineer squad goes down. Very nice rifle grenade. Oh, but the IS-2 just one-shotted that grenadier squad and they dropped 2 LMGs on the ground. That grenadier squad had 2 LMG-42s, but it looks like CaptainSPrice could recover up to 3 weapons here. A Soviet flamethrower and 2 LMGs. He just doesn't have the squads. He doesn't have any squads that can pick up all this stuff. There's just too much stuff everywhere. Shock troops and conscripts have circled around the bottom, which is putting that half-track in a pretty scary position, and CaptainSPrice has no choice but to try to defend these heavy weapons. He does not want these shock troops to take control, but there is an incendiary artillery strike coming down on those squads, and they will be forced to reposition. Meanwhile, more Soviet squads on the flank. This is looking very bad for CaptainSPrice. He has nothing in the area that can defend against this. Very nice use of his anti-infantry strafe though to pin down those shock troops on his flank, but this KV-8 just hit the field and is moving up to deal heavy damage. What is this getting called in? Anti-tank strafe getting called in, and it gets a nice burst of damage off on the IS-2 and KV-8. Oh, a teller mine just got detonated on both of these squads. They're falling dangerously low. They are reinforcing out of the half-track, but it needs to move away from that teller mine and bait the IS-2 over a teller mine. What is it doing? It's just sitting there. The KV-8 has decrewed the pack. A KV-8 is about to hit a teller mine. It's so close. The main gunner loader injured critical on that IS-2 is preventing it from firing at all. What is it doing? He's just sitting there. Nice usage of the teller mine though. The half-track successfully baits the KV-8 over the teller mine, and that IS-2 could not fire at all during that engagement because of the main gunner loader, or the main gun loader injured crit, which might be permanent. I'm pretty sure that's permanent damage to this tank, even when repaired. I could be wrong about that, though. And I'm not sure if that's a bug or what. And I'm not sure how much of a debuff that is, but it's apparently huge because that IS-2 didn't fire at all for the rest of that engagement. The half-track, as a result, survived. The KV-8 went down. Packs are getting recruited here in the middle. This one probably also going to get retaken. And we might even see some of these heavy weapons restored. Wow, that was an intense engagement. Lots of off-map abilities getting used. Smoke grenade goes down though, and it looks like both of the heavy weapons are finally going to get taken by a shock troop squad. They recover an LMG and a flamethrower, making them deadly at all ranges. Medium range with the flamethrower, long range with the LMG, and short range with their PPSHs. So that is a dangerous shock troop squad now. Very versatile. Of course, they have lost some short range damage, but it's not the end of the world. CaptainSPrice having an unexpected amount of success in these engagements, but he needs to get territory back under his control. He is quite lucky that his opponent has not purchased a minesweeper yet. After losing countless tanks to teller mines, well, 2. He has lost his KV-8 and his early T-70 to teller mines.
Supply sector under attack. Yes, our enemy has only 200 points.
So yes, even after fully repairing your IS-2, the main gun loader injured critical remains. It is permanently damaged by that. I think it's a bug. I don't really know though. I mean, I guess it makes sense. You can't like repair an injury on the gunner with a blowtorch. But it still seems like that puts the IS-2 at a tremendous disadvantage.
Light tank ready for orders.
Conscripts are grabbing the center victory point. And it looks like the IS-2's ability to fire is restored. It can fire. That rate of fire definitely seems slow. Seems very slow.
Forces are capturing our supplies.
Okay, now it seems like it's firing at the normal rate. So maybe this is just a graphical thing. Maybe once it's been fully repaired, it actually is repaired, but the icon remains for no reason. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I really don't know. It's a mystery. Fresh T-70 has been fielded to try and deal with the flamethrowers, I guess, and the grenadiers. And a new half-track? That's weird. Wow. He's purchasing a flame half-track. Interesting choice. Still no Battle Phase 3. He's been using redistribute resources a lot. And, anti-tank strafe coming in. Grenadier squad trying to retreat. Oh, it gets clear of the strike zone. CaptainSPrice just not quite able to place that on target, and I think he just lost a flamethrower squad to something here. Maybe not. I'm not sure what happened.
Fresh meat has arrived.
Maybe it's because... No, I have no idea. I have no idea what is going on with that. I just don't know how it works. Plain and simple. And we have double flame projector upgrade on these two half tracks. And man, they're pathetic. That is just a terrible upgrade. Look how bad that is. This doesn't do anything. He has two of them, and he didn't even kill one shock troop. That is truly the worst upgrade. I can 120 munitions for that garbage. That's ridiculous. And it's been like that forever. I don't know why they don't give it some love. They need to change it somehow. I know that it used to be ridiculously overpowered, but now it just does absolutely nothing. It's just terrible. I don't know what the deal is there. IS-2 and field gun defending the center. We have these four squads making their way through the south. And there's a heavy force here in the south. But it looks like a little bit of it is rotating back towards the center. We have more teller mines going down, taking the maximum possible advantage of the fact that his opponent refuses to buy a minesweeper. He even has 2 replacement combat engineer squads and he hasn't bought a minesweeper. How many mines is he going to have to hit this game? IS-2 continues to defend here in the center. Absolutely nothing in the north, but CaptainSPrice is not even making a harassment attempt, although he may soon with his fresh Grenadier squad that he just purchased here. IS-2 goes in hard on these infantry, but there's 2 packs set up. No teller mines available on any of the nearby flanks. That shot missed terrible, and the Panzerfaust did nothing. We do have anti-tank strafe coming in on something, but I think he may have targeted his own units with that. Oh, it doesn't really do that much damage, though, fortunately. But the IS-2 has yet to really take any heavy damage, and his infantry are falling so low. He will have to make a full retreat. The IS-2 is firing on the pack. Oh, and it detonates the teller mine. Huge charge by all of these Soviet forces, and that teller mine just got detonated by the IS-2's shot, and CaptainSPrice has lost everything. He has lost 2 packs. His flame half-track. Several squads of infantry. Well, no, I guess his infantry all got away alive. Meanwhile, here, oh, what was that? Ooh, teller mine hit by that T-70. This T-70 dangerously close to another teller mine. And it has had its engine destroyed. This pack is going to get fully destroyed. I think that T-70 is probably going to hit a teller mine soon. It should just stop moving and wait for a minesweeper to arrive. It really should. Any second it's gonna explode. That IS-2 somehow has managed not to hit a single thing.
Supply sector under attack.
Flame half-track going for the base. Wow. And more T-70s are in production. And the flak half-track will pull back to safety. Probably a wise decision. And there it goes. Just a matter of time. CaptainSPrice is losing map control though. He can't keep up his production of teller mines if he doesn't get some fuel or munitions back under his control. He does retake his cutoff. Fuel is blinking once again. He really needs to harass the north. The north is completely undefended except for by one demo charge. So if he would send a minesweeper squad up there, he could hopefully get some much needed territory back under control and force the Soviet to respond rather than continue to hurl all of his forces straight into his defensive line successfully and just shatter his defenses every single time he does it. Rifle grenade does not quite wipe that flamethrower squad. LMG Grenadiers forced to retreat. These Grenadiers will be soon to follow. As for CaptainSPrice's tech, still no Battle Phase 3. He spent too much on redistribute resources. I think he may have just done it because he now has 200 munitions all of a sudden. He didn't have any a second ago. So I'm pretty sure he just did that. If he wanted to go tier 4, he could purchase it now, but he would have to save 200 manpower. Again, the manpower is a huge deterrent. What if taking up only cost fuel? That would be kind of fun. Like, what if it just cost like 80 fuel and no manpower? Maybe that would be overpowered. Or maybe that would be even worse. I don't know. Conscripts are grabbing the munitions here. And shock troops are taking the munitions. This defensive line probably cannot hold against a T-70. Although there is a teller mine right there. Kind of needs more. He's really struggling to maintain control of this cutoff, although he is maintaining control of the victory point and slowing the bleed. He just really needs to harass the north, though. Undefended victory point up there. He should really try and take control of it. T-70 arrives, does not hit the teller mine. Takes a different angle of approach, and everything is just taking massive damage. Anti-tank strafe going in on that T-70. Oh, perfect! Finally, he manages to land it correctly, and he takes out that T-70. Very nice usage of the Panzerfaust plus anti-tank strafe combo. It's about time one of those actually hit something. Incendiary artillery will prevent recapture of the munitions point.
We have new resources available.
CaptainSPrice did just make a fuel expenditure. It was a... What did he purchase? He only has 28 fuel. What happened? Did he do redistribute resources again? Doesn't seem like it because he only has 100 munitions. Oh, well, he just purchased this. I think that's probably what happened. He probably used both of these, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to keep track of his resources with all these teller mines and abilities constantly going off and redistribute resources happening. Finally, some harassment of the north. Excellent. Very good play. He does not stand in the crater. Oh, BananaInPajamas got greedy there and only takes out one of the pioneers. Good move by CaptainSPrice. The harassment just paid off big time, netting him a victory point, forcing his enemy units to respond, and clearing out that demo charge, all for the price of one pioneer model. IS-2 gets a nasty shot on those grenadiers, and they'll be forced to retreat.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
IS-2 engaging in the center. Rifle grenade deals heavy damage to this gun. Pack is firing. Panzerfaust goes out as well. And IS-2 gets its engine damaged. There is incendiary an anti-infantry strafe coming in on the shock troops, but it doesn't matter. He's forced to retreat regardless. A flame half-track is foolishly moving up into the arc of fire of 2 field guns. Changes his mind quite quickly, though. Fortunately, saves that from a crucial mistake. And he's going to lose victory point control again after a very brief period where the victory points were ticking against BananaInPajamas. CaptainSPrice is going to start to feel the pressure now. Only 40 points remaining. 2 victory points are not in his control, and he is running out of time. He needs to make something happen. I still kind of think he should have gone tier 4 at some point. He turned a little too much fuel into munitions, and he's never going to have any kind of tank. If he had maybe made a Panther, at some point. I don't know. I think it could have helped. T-34 on the field. Interesting choice. I wonder why. 2 T-34s, in fact. He refuses to spam IS-2s. He's just making one heavy tank, and then it's all about medium tanks. Oh no! Oh no, that flame half-track is in so much danger, although it's getting a nice 2 bursts off on those clumped shock troop squads. It was perfectly positioned to use its flame projectors against both squads, and it got a nice spread of damage off there. It's only got 8 kills though, which is sad. But being Vet 3 will definitely give it nice mobility and survivability, and you can of course still use it as a mobile reinforcement platform. And it's not like he's struggling for munitions. There's one thing he doesn't need to worry about is having enough munitions. He has tons of munitions. But he's only got 25 points. He has no choice but to make a desperate charge for the central victory point. High explosive barrages going off, but he does manage to decapture it and stop the clock at 24 points. The pack gun is firing on the IS-2, but it just can't do any damage to its frontal armor. Every single shot is plinking off. Oh no! Half-track just took engine damage. All of the Grenadier squads are getting wiped. He really needs these packs to just do something. Oh, whoa, what happened here? That IS-2 is suddenly almost dead and has a destroyed engine. I don't know. I don't know what happened. CaptainSPrice might consider a bomb strike to finish it off once and for all, but he's got to deal with these T-34s. It is almost going down. He does have the munitions for a Faust if he can get it off. Oh, and it's the Tellermine behind the shed. Wow, who would have thought the Tellermine behind that shed would have actually gone off this game, but for whatever reason, he put it back there, thinking maybe it would pay off, and finally, 45 minutes into the game, that one gets hit. Beautiful. Anti-infantry strafe going down on those shock troops will pin them and prevent them from capturing the center point. Main gun destroyed on the IS-2. It's so close to going down. Will it happen? Packs are continuing to move up. Bounce. There it goes. Finally, the IS-2 is destroyed, but CaptainSPrice is on his last legs, barely able to deal even with one shock troop squad. He's trying to force it off with a rifle grenade, counter grenade going out. This could be bad. Oh! Pack gets wiped, but the Grenadier squad yet survives. Brutal game. Absolutely brutal. Let's look at resources. BananaInPajamas has 75 fuel, so not enough for any kind of heavy column tank, not even enough for a T-34. He could throw out a T-70. Right now he's just getting himself a Maxim machine gun. Meanwhile, CaptainSPrice is down to 2 one-man Grenadier squads. He's putting up a bunker in the center. Probably not a bad decision at this point. He really cannot afford to lose this. He does have a stolen Maxim defending here in the south, and a pack as well in this area. Fresh half-track is desperately being fielded towards the center. He really needs that ability to reinforce in the field. If he doesn't reinforce here, he could lose it, and those are precious seconds he can't afford to lose. He might consider sending that minesweeper to the north, but I guess he doesn't feel that he can afford to spare any infantry for anything other than just desperately charging for the middle. He's really quite lucky that he even survived with that one Grenadier squad. He's reinforcing it here in the field now, getting this bunker completed. I'm thinking maybe medic bunker, maybe command, but well, no, he's got his that for reinforcement. Maybe just a machine gun, just for the suppression. I don't know. He's not upgrading it yet. He's not got that much munitions, but he is getting his forces bolstered very heavily here in the center. Very nice. There is a shock troop squad and a Maxim on its way to counterattack. He's got to get his defenses prepped before they arrive, but it may be a little bit too late here. Shock troops are already making their assault. Maxim is about to set up another shock troop squad coming in from the north. Field gun moving up to support as well. That the half track will be in quite a bit of danger. Takes one field gun shot and needs to reposition immediately. Incendiary artillery strike falling on this defensive position could cause problems. But CaptainSPrice gets all of his forces clear in the nick of time, I think. And he will have to repair his half-track here. Meanwhile, the Soviet advance has been largely successful. Shock troops throw down a smoke grenade. They are going to stop the clock at 99 points. CaptainSPrice has also lost a pack gun there, bleeding manpower heavily. The clock is about to start ticking against him very soon. He needs to get some forces back to the center and make something happen here. flame projector half-track goes in hard, tries to get clear of the field gun's arc of fire, and is successful. It gets 2 lucky crits on that shock troop squad, and it will be forced to retreat. A Stuka bomb strike has just been called in on the field gun, and is trying to reposition to safety. Oh! Wipes the Maxim, almost wipes out the field gun. The black half-track does get clear of its arc of fire again, and it's inflicting massive havoc and casualties. Oh, there it goes. The field gun has been cleared, and the shock troops are nowhere nearby to stop the Grenadiers from taking the victory point again, which means that the clock will be stopped at about 15 victory points, I think. Meanwhile, shock troops behind enemy lines are causing a bit of a headache here, but I think the flame projectors should be sufficient to force them away. Maybe. I don't know. It's very low. I'd hate to see it go down to small arms fire. They do have an LMG. That LMG could honestly be enough to take this thing out. He's trying to engage it at maximum range. It's just so dicey. He does get one of them, and they'll retreat. They give in. That was close, though. Their flamethrower just exploded to grenadier fire. Wow. Just a random grenadier shot on retreat, and the flamethrower burst. That flak half-track has to be absolutely careful. He cannot really... Oh, his anti-infantry strafe just missed! Cannot afford to lose this right now. There's a T-70 on its way. The T-70 is easily going to be able to force away everything. But again, where's the nearest teller mine? There's one there. But there is a pack here to deter its advance. 14 points. And the clock is going to get restarted again very soon. Rifle grenade going out on the field gun does not quite connect. And only one of those one of the field gun crew will go down. Pack gets a shot off on the T-70. It better move. Does get clear of the arc of fire, and the Grenadiers will clear out the field gun. And the clock did not get restarted. It was only stopped against the Soviets. It will get restarted again against the Soviets now with only 14 points remaining.
We have our reinforcements.
Yes, comrade.
T-70 making its way back to base. Getting repaired. And a second T-70 is now in production. And CaptainSPrice's army is looking pretty healthy now. Thanks to the magic of reinforcement in the field, he is managing to recover a lot of team weapons, some Soviet, some of his own. Hopefully he'll be able to set up slightly more successful defensive line, but again, his line is not really ready yet, and the Soviet counterattack is already on its way. One T-70 flanking around the south, LMG shock troops making their way. Around this flank, more shock troops making their way towards the victory point. Another T-70 here in the north. Pack gun is not really successfully set up to fire on anything. Field gun gets a nice shot off on the T-70 there. This one could finish it off. It doesn't quite have vision though. Oh no, there's an abandoned T-70 on the flank, taken out by this pack, and there's a Stuka bomb strike coming in on the center victory point. But he will maybe retreat it. No, he does not retreat in time, and a full shock troop squad goes down, and they drop their stolen flamethrower. And the victory point will be uncontested by either side. Massive losses being inflicted left and right, and a stolen T-70 is getting repaired by pioneers in the south. Things are not looking too good for the Soviet here. He needs to be careful how he spends his fuel now. He's going to start to really feel the pressure with only 67 points remaining. He's going to start needing to fight for survival just as hard as CaptainSPrice has been pretty much this entire time.
We are ready for anything.
And that T-70 is about to get repaired, and BananaInPajamas is just going to continue producing T-70s. He really seems to think that T-70s are the solution to this problem. I don't know though. With 4 AT guns, he has to be extremely careful how he uses them. If he were to go for an extremely deep flank, There's teller mines in the way, so if he's gonna do this, he really needs to get a minesweeper. But he has not purchased a minesweeper for this entire game, as far as I'm aware. And he's really paying the price.
T-70 light tank has arrived.
I have a feeling that a T-70 is going to go on some super wide flank and hit a teller mine on this next push. I'm calling it right now. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. Meanwhile, this T-70 is finally going to be used to take the north. But for some reason, all of BananaInPajamas' forces are heading north.
Forces are attempting to capture our territory.
I'm not sure what he's doing up here. Some sort of preemptive defense against this harassment, I guess. Meanwhile, in the south, doesn't look like this is going to happen.
A mere 50 points remain before our defeat.
T-70 engaging T-70 here in the north. This is going to be a weird fight. Gonna take all day too. Looks like the Axis T-70 is not doing too great, and the second T-70 is now moving up to engage. It will be forced to retreat, but it looks like classic bait over teller mine. I don't know if he's gonna fall for it. No, he will not. Doesn't want to get too close to the. Oh no! What is happening here? Shock troops catch those grenadiers on the flank, and they will definitely go down. There's no chance of escape. There they go. Full squad down, but wait, what happened? Oh, the combat engineers harassing in the south got killed, I think. Yeah, they did. I guess he just wasn't paying attention to them, and they will go down. 2 squads of shock troops will attempt to take the center up against a flamethrower and a stolen Maxim. Incendiary artillery falling on the team weapons. Maxim, freshly produced, moving up to try and support. T-70 trying to get a line on the flag half-track, gets a few good shots off. He had made no attempt to dodge that incendiary artillery and takes massive damage. The T-70 is dangerously close to taking out that half-track. Oh, the field gun takes it down at the last second as it pokes its head out just a hair too aggressively. And that is both T-70s? No, one T-70 is gone. Wait, what? Yes, both T-70s have gone down. What happened to the other? Oh, hit a teller mine. See, I called it. Told you. Knew that was going to happen. Incendiary, or Stuka bomb strike goes down in the center, but it completely misses. Meanwhile, we have Maxim fighting in the south. This game is rapidly getting very difficult to call. It looks like CaptainSPrice is pulling ahead, though. The clock is currently stopped. Harassment attempt for the south is about to happen. No, looks like it could succeed, but the stolen T-70 is a real threat. Looks like it's not being mobilized to deal with it, but maybe it should, as the south victory point is now getting contested. But we have the north victory point falling to harassment by CaptainSPrice's infantry here. Minesweeper clears any possibility of demo charges, and grenadiers are actually going to go for the munitions. That's the first time we're going to see territory actually changing hands for the last, like, 15 minutes. As it's pretty much just been a brutal slugfest for the center, but CaptainSPrice finally feels that he has an opening in which he can try to take the munitions point. We're going to see a T-34 fielded in what almost seems like desperation. T-34 doesn't really seem like the right choice, though. I guess the T-34 is a good counter to the T-70. Good counter to the half-track too, but with a pack and 2 stolen field guns on the field, it's going to be tough for that T-34 to do anything, not to mention all of the teller mines scattered everywhere. Although he swept most of the teller mines up just by smashing into them with T-70s. So most of them are actually gone now. CaptainSPrice has 300 munitions and 18 fuel. Still no tier 4, and in fact he went to battle phase 2 but never built the structure. So it occurred to him to tech up at some point, but then he never continued teching up. He just couldn't. He didn't have time. All 3 victory points are now in CaptainSPrice's hands. The game has almost gone for a full hour of just duking it out desperately over victory points. But the T-70, the stolen T-70 hit a Soviet mine and had its engine damaged, and it looks like it will go down to the T-34, maybe. Maybe not, though. I don't know, but only 10 points remain. The clock is ticking. Shock troops have taken the north. T-34, for whatever reason, did not go in hard enough on that T-70, and now those shock troops are getting killed. The anti-infantry strafe perfectly lands on both of these shock troops that are harassing the south. I don't know how long these pioneers are going to be able to keep them pinned, though.
Troops have been lost.
They will force a retreat from one squad, it looks like. But it doesn't matter. Time has run out. CaptainSPrice somehow manages to pull out a victory when it looked like all was lost, using the power of close air support. Very fun usage of that doctrine. A lot of flamethrowers produce this game. Very interesting strategy. I hope you enjoyed the video. GG, Axis wins.